we going fishing. Ain't nothing happening in the Keys except for bird fishing. Alright, so this is Marathon Key, right?
That's right.
Marathon. The city, actually the city of Marathon. That's a... and we're at the Turtle Hospital. And we're going to go in and do their little tour. But basically, they rehabilitate turtles here. And then release them if they can. And of course, if they can't, they have to keep them. But basically, this is a rehabilitation hospital for turtles, and we've done this before, but it's been, oh gosh, I don't even know how many years ago. So we're gonna do it again.
Educational program.
Yeah, so we will show you what's going on right here at the Sea Turtle Center. Rescue, rehab, and release.
Understand what you're looking at. So here in Florida, we are home to the 3rd largest barrier reef. So that makes this a great place for turtles to hang out. There are 7 species of sea turtles. However, there's only 5 that make their home here in Florida. And so those are the 5 that we're going to go over with you today.
Okay, so this is Harlow, and Harlow is here. We're going to see him in a little video, but he was rescued on the 27th of June, and he has 44.2 million TikTok views. So we'll see him in just a few minutes here.
Post-op room. So when a turtle is first rescued, they're going to come into this room and they're going to take some weight and measure that turtle. They're going to take blood work, take some x-rays, see what's going on. They're going to diagnose what's going wrong with that turtle, and they're going to come up with a treatment plan. Okay, they're going to take their picture and put them on the intake board. So once again, like I said, we cannot take any responsibility for the fun names that we have here. Did you think about it? What would you name your turtle if you found one?
What would you name it? All right.
Do you have any more? If you see that long blue line kind of in the corner, right there, that is our CO2 laser. That's how we cut off those nasty tumors. Okay, and they've got sonogram equipment in there, ultrasounds. They can do scoping. If a turtle is in need of CT imaging or an MRI, we do not have that capability here. So we will load them up in the ambulance and go all the way across the street to the People Hospital, where we can use their imaging center for free. Now these are also really big tanks, so we can fit anywhere from 20 to 25 healthy turtles in these tanks. We can divide them off like this if we need to. And any turtles in more critical condition can be dry docked inside the hospital for safekeeping. They can stay out of the water for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, as long as we give them a little bit of Vaseline to their eyes and their necks so that they don't dry out. So they'll be perfectly safe during a strong storm. And for Milton, all of these big guys had to come up into these tanks, and we had to do all of that for that storm coming in. Yes, you gonna come over and say hi? Maybe? So these are some of our permanent residents. You will notice that a lot of these guys do in fact have level butts. So that is a good example of the weight that is on their back. It's put on with marine epoxy, so that's kind of that lighter color that you see on top there. And they're usually circular or square weights that we use. Isn't she so pretty? Super rare turtle, guys. That's awesome. She came up to see you. You can see she is missing that left flipper. Fender's super cool. She just has that beautiful white face.
Alright, so she was explaining back there, this was a hotel. When the guy bought it to retire here to run a hotel, after the Ninja Turtle movie came out, his grandkids said, "You need turtles." And since they're endangered, they wouldn't let them have the turtles here unless it became a rehab area, because the state of Florida told them that they didn't have that service available. So he went in business with the state of Florida, became a rehab hospital, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Until 2005.
2005, they had a hurricane come through, tore up everything, and his insurance company told him they couldn't have a turtle rehab and a hotel, so he decided to go with the turtle rehab. So the hotel is now housing for the vets and the medical staff here, and
This is non-profit now.
and it's a non-profit turtle rehab facility. So it's 100%, and at the time that they did that, it was the largest in the United States. So
It's just amazing. This place is amazing.
yeah, it is.
Alright, so this next section that we're going into is our hospital bed tank section. We do ask that you please respect that these guys are actual patients of ours. Okay, so we don't want to do anything that might stress them out. So please no hovering for long periods of time. That can scare them a little bit. Be mindful of your feet. Don't accidentally bang the sides of the tank. Okay, and we're going to keep our voices a little bit lower as well. Sound good?
Yeah.
Watch that one.
First started here, you know, they say don't have favorites, but
You can see the tumors that are growing on this little turtle here. I think Linda's going to get some better pictures, but
okay, well maybe I'm
this is what they do here. They'll operate on this turtle and take the tumors off, and then rehabilitate their immune system so they don't come back, and then release
Very
it.
heavy tumor load. You can see that he had huge tumors covering his eyes. So he did have a special eye surgery. They took him up to our eye specialist. We have a veterinary ophthalmologist that specializes in these eye surgeries, and she got those tumors taken off of her eyes, and now she can see, and we can see her beautiful eyes, little squirt. So yes, that is such a huge part of their release conditions that we don't want to mess with their eyes here, so that's why we take her up to a specialist. So she's going to be on daily eye drops for 2 months of chemo eye drops to prevent any of those from regrowing. So, perfectly healthy turtle. Any of our sick guys are going to be in this fully filtered seawater. It does come from right out here, and it's filtered in our huge tanks right up there. So these guys are kept in fully clean water. We want to give them the best chance at recovery.
Cool.
This is the original snorkel pool from the hotel. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, a lot of people feel bad for these turtles that are not going to ever be able to go back out into the wild. But if you think about it, this is a very natural environment. There's natural algae that they like to munch on. There's fish that are coming and going in here. There was even a spiny lobster that made his way in here. And Medea thought he was wonderful. She does have those weights on her back, and that is from Macleod strike. So this is where we keep most of our non-releasable turtles. Like I said before, they are perfectly healthy. They are just disabled in some way.
You're going to eat that fish.
George! Good morning, George! How are you doing?
Okay, so the bottom line is all of these turtles cannot be released. They don't meet the criteria. They can't see, or they can't float to, or they can't go to the bottom, and so they're here permanent. But you can see, okay, so this one right here, you can see the big, his whole shell has been distorted from being hit with a boat, and then each one of them, that one there has two, and they have weights on them to weight their back down so their heads can come out of water to breathe.
They released her out of... You guys want some? Yeah. So if you toss it out there nice and far, then they won't bump their noses on the wall. And also through their tear ducts. So fascinating fact, sea turtles are always crying.
Oh no.
Not because they're sad.
So Linda, you're feeding the turtles.
Yeah.
You got a herd of turtles. Point out a few things here.
Guys, you guys are really good. You're good turtle feeders. Prices does go straight back to these turtles. Any gift shop purchases, any adoptions you do. So our 5 main turtles are available for adoption at the gift shop for just $35. Oh, here's Harlow. Here's our celebrity. 44 million TikTok views alone. Isn't that crazy? Oh, so she's gonna say hi. But like I said, we can do adoptions for $35 on our main 5 turtles. You can pick one, and then you get to take them home and put them in your bathtub.
Oh, wow.
No, just kidding. That would get really stinky. Yeah, in less than an hour it would be stinky. So, so now they're gonna stay here with us, but you get a nice little magnet for your fridge. You can say hello to them in the morning, and they will send you an email from time to time telling you how they're doing, give you a little update.
You ever seen a turtle skeleton up close? There it is. Alright, we're saying goodbye to the Turtle Hospital. What a nice place.
Oh my
If
goodness.
you're ever anywhere near here, it's worth the time and effort.
Absolutely.
I guarantee. Alright, we're going to head on down. I think we're going to go down and have something for lunch, or a snack maybe. Maybe not even full lunch, but a snack. Alright, here we go. Linda, you ever get tired of this?
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Rolling down through here. So this is the 7 Mile Bridge. And to the right, that beautiful blue structure with the pylons underneath it is Henry Flagler's old railroad, which was up until 1972. From 1935 to 1972, that was the road. The railroad track was the road down through the Keys. And they come in 72 and built this bridge here. So what a bit of engineering. Allows us to drive all the way to Key West.
This is if you look on the right to the old bridge, you'll see a big old, I think it's a cypress tree, and people have dubbed it Fred. It just is growing out there. There's no soil. I don't know. That's the epitome of perseverance for sure. But I noticed that there are solar lights around it, so you should be able to see it at night now.
But isn't that crazy? Because like you said, no dirt.
No.
That sucker's just growing out of whatever water it can get down to. But it makes it through hurricanes and all.
Right.
I mean, Helene just came through here, and Milton was about a week and a half ago. And oh my gosh, the hurricanes that we went through just over the last 4 or 5 years, and that tree is still there. And you see, it's not a small tree; it just keeps getting bigger.
Right.
So I actually think from the first time I've seen it, it's about twice as big as it was.
I think so.
So, but yeah, that's crazy stuff right there. Old Fred. Alright. So, okay, approaching Key Deer Habitat, next 17 miles. They're not going to be on these bridges and all. Once we make this big sweeping right turn up here, we'll go through another narrow spot where they've got fences up to keep them little deers, not to keep us out of that property, but to keep them off the roads, because that's the biggest problem that they have is our vehicles hitting them. But those are the cutest little deer.
They're adorable.
When you can see, you know, I hate to say a herd, because the most I've ever seen at one time would be a group of like, you know, 8 or 9. But there'll be a couple of them in there that have full racks of antlers, and they're about 2.5 or 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're full grown. That's the big dog of the group. So we're gonna come down through here and hopefully we'll see one. We'll make a little bit of an effort, but we've also got to get lunch. But this right here is Big Pine Key, and Big Pine Key is the only place that has these deer. That's it. Not anywhere else in the United States. Nowhere else in the Keys. Big Pine right here. Here's one of the little key deer right here. Just out getting a little something to eat. Looking at me. Got a little key deer. Now that right there, and it's, you know, perspective, that's a 4-foot fence in that yard there to keep them out. But so you can see he's only about 2 foot high. That is a full-grown deer. Look at him. Aren't they cute? Right when you're at Little Torch Key, between Marathon and Key West, the Kiki Sandbar Bar and Grill is a wonderful place to be. Linda, you're at Kiki's. Right here, there's a truck back there, but Kiki's Sandbar. Little Torch Key. We're just sitting out here. I think it's like 84, 85 degrees, something like that. And right on the water, right over there is the bridges. The far bridge is Flagler's old bridge. And when you see the cars on is the 1972 bridge. But this is it. This is unfortunately the life we have to lead, right?
This is so blessed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's the stage. There'll be entertainment on it soon. But Monday afternoon.
I got my drink.
Yeah, Monday afternoon got a, what's that, coconut?
Coconut mojito.
Coconut
and
mojito.
I have to tell you, it is scrumptious.
All right.